You've been processed. Executive orders, emergency powers, and a very polite form of a social pressure. Let's talk about the Defense Production Act of 1915, Executive Order 13603. In the United States, energy resources are among the first things the government can prioritize and direct in a real crisis, but not quite the apocalyptic seize everything first, take over some people imagine.
Due to the recent, national situation involving events, our great nation finds itself in a pickle. Therefore, by the ancient and mystical power vested in me by none other than King Opama, yes, that's what the internet calls him, and the mighty Executive Order 13603, I hereby command you, loyal citizen, to surrender your sacred pile of fuel jars! That's right, those dusty mason jars of gasoline you've been hoarding since 2012 for the zombie apocalypse, the alien invasion, or just really good Black Friday deals. Hand them over peacefully for processing at the nearest federal distribution center. Know your Prius now belongs to Uncle Sam. Just boring delegation stuff that's been sitting on a shelf longer than your expired emergency rations. So please, step forward, present your jars, and maybe bring some snacks. We're all in this together, zombies or not.
Picture this. Disaster strikes. You've been prepping like a champ. Stashing fuel, food, comms gear, the works. You're ready for zombies, hungry neighbors, whatever. But first, knock at your door isn't a horde. It's a calm bureaucrat with a clipboard and a pencil, politely but firmly asking you to hand over your fuel, generator fuel, or other critical resources for national defense needs. Spoiler, they usually pay you fair market value per the Fifth Amendment, but yeah, your private stockpile just became part of the national effort. The facts, clearing up the myths. There has been a lot of concern and some wild theories about the government's role in emergencies. Groups like the California State Militia, or the CSM, along with the similar volunteer organizations, are all about empowering individuals, families, and local communities to be self-reliant and ready to defend and support their own in times of crisis. So let's get this straight. You've probably heard of Executive Order 13603, National Defense Resources Preparedness, signed by President Obama on March 16, 2012. It's often misunderstood as some sweeping new power grab to storm homes and seize your stuff, especially energy, as the very first target. Reality check. It's not a brand new authoritarian tool. It's basically an administrative update to the long-standing Defense Production Act of 1950, updated by multiple presidents like Clinton's Executive Order 12919 in 1994, which this one replaced. What Executive Order 13603 actually does? It delegates existing DPA powers to various cabinet secretaries and agencies. These powers can only be used to promote quote-unquote national defense, a broad term covering military needs, energy production, homeland security, etc. They include prioritizing contracts. Companies must field defense-related orders first. Allocating materials, services, and facilities when needed. Offering incentives like loans or subsidies to boost production. In extreme cases, requisitioning private property with fair compensation. On energy specifically, the Secretary of the Energy gets authority over all forms of energy: petroleum, natural gas, electricity, coal, renewables, nuclear, you name it. National defense explicitly includes energy production and construction programs. But here is the key. Energy isn't singled out as the automatic first or top priority asset to be centralized. Delegations are sector-specific. Agriculture Secretary gets food, livestock, and the fertilizer. Energy Secretary, all forms of energy. Transportation Secretary, civil transportation, and so on for health, water, etc. No official hierarchy says grab energy first. It's distributed by category, and any use requires a determination that it's necessary for the national defense. Reality check and limitations. These powers aren't automatic. They need justification tied to a real crisis. Full-scale requisitioning of a private property is rare and usually tied to genuine emergencies, wartime, major supply disruptions. The order doesn't declare martial law, enable indefinite conscription, or nationalize industries without due process or compensation. The dramatic "government raids your bunker first" claims mostly come from the 2012-era conspiracy theories. Fact-checkers and legal experts call it a routine bureaucratic framework, not a secret plan. In short, Executive Order 13603 is about emergency industrial mobilization, been on the books for over a decade without turning into a dystopian scenario some feared. Practical advice: prep smarter, not harder. That said, it never hurts to stay connected, train, and organize. Build strong community ties, CSM style, training, mutual support, readiness. Distribute your supplies in a smaller, dispersed caches around your property, and maybe beyond. And here is a pro tip. Have a peace offering ready. Some extra fuel, food, or supplies you're willing to share. Hand it over cheerfully to the guy with a board and a pencil. It might just buy you goodwill and keep things civil. Stay prepared, train regularly, and remember, self-reliance starts with you and your community. You got this.